We are back. All right, our next guest is an award-winning speaker, author, and empowerment expert who is a passionate advocate for living authentically.
In her new book titled We've Got This, Unlocking the Beauty of Belonging, she challenges biases and misconceptions through stories about her own struggles. Welcome back to the show, Ritu Bhasin.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So excited to have you here. So this is a guidebook, really, on how to heal, thrive, and stand in your power in the face of hate and hardships. Take us through the background. What led you to write this book?
So I am the proud daughter of Indian immigrant parents, but it took me years to say that because for so long I carried a lot of shame and unworthiness in my body around my identities. My parents, I had a front row seat to watching them experience all kinds of inequities when they came to Canada now over 50 years ago. And then I had my own experiences with relentless bullying and racist childhood bullying in particular as a child, which led me to feel like something was wrong with me and that I should be ashamed of who I am. But several things happened which ultimately led me to commit to healing and standing in my power and feeling beautiful about who I am. And that's what led me to write the book, We've Got This. And one other thing I wanted to mention is that I could have called the book I've Got This or You've Got This, but I deliberately called it We've Got This because what I have found through my work and research is that this is a collective experience. We all long to belong as humans, but some of us, because of all the heightened bias and oppression coming our way, it really strikes at our identities.
So that was a deliberate decision, how you titled the book. Another deliberate decision was how the book was looking, the cover, right? It's a brown cover. Why this deliberate decision to have it this color?
So I am so proud. I'm so grateful that you've asked me about this. I am so proud of my brown cover. I put up a reel on Instagram about this very thing just recently. My book is about disruption because it's about embracing who you are and loving who you are, all your intersectional identities. When I got the design for the covers, I'm looking through them, and this one instantly caught my eye. But I kept going, and then I came back to it. And I'm like, I love it in one breath. And in the very next breath, I said to myself, oh, but you can't have a brown cover. And I was like, whoa, slow down, brown girl who wrote a book about identity and belonging. What do you mean you can't have a brown cover? And I was shocked. And I was like, you know what? This is exactly why I need to have a brown cover. But then check this out. When I started to tell people, I want to have a brown cover, I got the same reaction from so many people, which led to some really awkward conversations around the messages we've internalized about the color brown. And this is exactly why I'm so proud that my cover is brown.
I love that. I love that. So there's a line in the book where you write, the path to belonging is beautiful, the path to belonging is hard, both are true. What is your definition of belonging?
So I define belonging as being the profound feeling we hold inside ourselves of being honored and accepted for who we are. First and foremost, by our own self. In other words, to experience belonging, you must belong to yourself. You must be who you are with your own self. And this is what enables you to claim belonging with others.
We need
Does that
to
resonate?
that.
Yeah, exactly. We got to digest
it's
that
hard to, like, how to belong to oneself, leading to my next question. You were bullied when you were younger, as you said a few moments ago. You just also said that led to internalized racism.
Yeah.
You rejected your own identity. So how did you cope with that kind of trauma?
Yeah, I'm so glad, Lainey, you used the word trauma, because when I was a child, I didn't know that I was experiencing abuse and that I was increasingly having trauma grow within inside me. And in fact, I did what a lot of children do when you're young and you don't know what to do. I just froze. I was numb about my pain. And in the book, I call it like my own private hell because I didn't talk about it with anyone. But by the time I hit my late teenage years, I knew that I was not okay. I knew that I was carrying inside of me a lot of unworthiness and insecurities, and I was racked with self-doubt. And so when I was at the University of Toronto in undergrad at the age of 20, like almost 30 years ago, I started therapy, and it helped me to unlock my healing journey. And here we are almost 3 decades later where I can finally say that I feel beautiful about who I am, both inside and out. And so that healing journey was tremendous. And this is what I want, by the way, for everyone in writing this book.
Well, you know, unfortunately and sadly, the racism and bullying didn't end just in your youth. You said that even recently you've continued to experience racism and bullying online. Take us through what has been happening, and then also how you're managing now differently than perhaps you did as a younger person.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting because adults bully us as well, tied back to racism. I put up a reel on Instagram and on Facebook of an experience I had in an airport recently where I was standing in Zone 1 doing business travel, and a white-appearing man basically, when it came time to boarding, stepped in front of me as though I'm invisible and started to board. And I felt an instant surge of activation inside of me. And I stood in my power and I used my voice, all of the stuff I talk about in my new book. And I said, excuse me, I'm in Zone 1 and I have been standing here waiting. And he looked completely frazzled and he said, oh, sorry. And he stepped out of the way. And I carried on. I felt really good about who I am because I stood in my power and I called it out. But I also felt upset and activated about it. So I put this reel up. And on Instagram, I got so many responses from people of color saying this happens to me all the time at the grocery store, at the bank, at the airport, you name it. But then on Facebook, I literally got thousands and thousands of hate messages from people trying to silence me. And this is what it looks like when people want to bully us, tied back to our identities. But we can always choose to claim our belonging by standing in our power.
Ritu, thank you so much for being here today, and congratulations. The book is called We've Got This, Unlocking the Beauty of Belonging, a beautiful brown cover. And good news for our audience, you're all going home with a copy of the book. We'll be right back.
Thanks for watching. We've got lots more discussion and debates on everything from food and fashion to pop culture and current events. Don't forget to click like and subscribe.